This is from the Bleacher Report. One thing holding back every Eastern Conference team. For the Cavs, they say role players shooting. Cavaliers have an unbelievable four-man core, but their playoff hopes will hinge on the shooting of that fifth player on the court. We're talking about guys like Isaac Okoro, Cedi Osman, Dean Wade, Lamar Stevens. I think you can throw Karis LeVert, Danny Green into those conversations. And Chris, I think that is a fair concern and a fair point as to what will be a key in this series.
Look at last year's play-in tournament. Look at what Brooklyn did. Brooklyn used its worst defender, Seth Curry, who was on a bum ankle, by the way, that required surgery in the offseason, to guard Isaac Okoro. And guard is a loose term because most of the time Seth was about 9 to 10 feet away from him, trying to clog the paint so that Darius didn't have the driving lanes and Karis LeVert didn't have the driving lanes and things like that. And then in that first play-in tournament game against Brooklyn, Isaac Okoro got 3 straight corner threes and he bricked them all. He got yanked out of the game and he only played 13 minutes and he didn't start the next game against the Atlanta Hawks because the Cavs went with a different starting lineup, putting Karis LeVert in there because they trusted him more offensively and they felt like he would give them enough defensively to offset what they were losing by taking Isaac off the court. So yeah, that's obviously something that teams are going to focus in on, and they're going to, for all of the times that teams have left Isaac open, teams become more drastic at doing that in the postseason. Remember what teams have done against Lou Dort of the Oklahoma City Thunder, right? Remember what teams did in the past against Tony Allen of the Memphis Grizzlies. Heck, teams went under screens against LeBron James and Dwayne Wade because they would dare those guys to shoot from the outside. So yeah, there's no doubt that Isaac's going to have to be respectable on the offensive end to earn his minutes. Same thing with Dean Wade, Danny Green, Cedi Osman, anybody else that plays that particular position, because one of the goals that the Cavs are going to have to achieve here in this 7-game series against the Knicks is finding a way to try and make it easier on Darius and Donovan, try and create more space for those guys. And it can be hard because Evan Mobley is not somebody who plays out on the perimeter offensively. He doesn't have that three-point game, and Jared Allen is somebody who's going to play inside the paint as well. So they've got to find a way to create more space for Darius and Donovan. And one of the ways to do that is to knock down threes. And that comes down to those guys that you mentioned, the others, if you would.